So you have the deep-rooted feeling of not being able to let go. You constantly feel that you're extremely attached to situations, people, things, and places, to the point where you cannot function to your fullest ability because you're so attached to them. I'm sorry to say, darling, but that is an extreme attachment that is never going to be doing good to you, and you will never be able to level up if you don't learn the art of detachment. I am Megha, and I am your teacher here, teaching you lessons that I learned in the hard way. I've been living alone for the last 5 years, and life has given me all sorts of small and big problems, and they have been the biggest lessons in my life. But I'm here to teach them to you in easier and a very practical manner so that you don't have to go through these problems that I did, because I'm here to guide you. Now let's learn the art of detachment, shall we? Let's go. On the screen right now, there will be the contents into what this video is divided into so that it's easier for you to understand each chapter of learning the art of detachment with me. Now let's get started. The first chapter is known as awareness. Awareness is the beginning of understanding the root issue of attachment in order to learn detachment. Now you might ask, what is the art of detachment? The art of detachment is the ability with which someone can have their goals, their feelings, their emotions towards people, things, places, situations without being attached to it in a way where their life depends on it. We all have our favorite people, favorite places, favorite situations which we think are the best parts of our life. But they should not be the reason we only want to live. We should live for every part of our life, and to overcome the fear of losing these situations, these people, and these places and things is known as the art of attachment. Once you master the art of detachment, you will be able to become the most highest level of yourself, because as Buddha says, attachment is the key cause for suffering. Once you attach to a person, a situation, a place or a thing to that extent, you can truly never be able to be yourself without those things, people, places or situations. And that is where you stop your growth and the changes to occur in your life. And I always believe in the fact that change is the only constant. So learning awareness about this attachment issue that you're dealing with will help you to finally master the art of detachment. Now let's get started on how to gain the awareness. Awareness comes into account when we learn the fact that we're attached to people and things and places and situations, which is not in a normal way. Loving somebody does not mean that you cannot survive your life without them. If that person is truly not deserving of your attention, then you have to learn to walk away from that person. That little boundary of hanging on with the toxicity because you can't let go, and on the other hand, moving on because you know that's not the person for you, is the difference between learning what kind of attachment you do really have. Humans are meant for emotions, and we are not tech robots, but we're also not meant for this type of attachment where our life changes and the worse because we can't let go. In a piece of paper, you will be writing down into 5 categories: people, places, situations, things, and yourself. These categories will be written down, and then you will note down who are the people that you cannot survive without, or you feel like your breath is stopping if you can't be without them. In the places, you will understand what are the places that I really like being, to the point where I cannot believe that I am myself without that place. It might be that you're so attached to that particular room in your house because of memories in past that you can never go beyond them because you're always in the room clinging on to your past. It might be that the situation in which you used to thrive has now become toxic, but you're hanging on to it with that situation in the past with your life, and you're never really growing in life. It might be yourself. You used to like a certain version of yourself, but now you've evolved and you're not being able to process your changes that have happened to yourself, and you're stuck with the version you used to be. Embracing yourself makes a big difference out how you can understand the types of attachment you have. After you've written these down, you'll have a clear understanding of where you stand with your attachment and your awareness towards them. Second chapter is starting to implement the art of detachment. Now, a lot of people say, I'm aware of the things that I'm attached to, but I don't know how to implement the art of detachment in order to grow from these toxic and unusual attachment that I have built over the years. I understand this is a very hard thing to do, and I'm extremely proud that you've clicked on this video to learn how to grow, even though you're really, really emotionally attached to these things, people, situations, and places. Now, let me give you a few simple ways you can start implementing the art of detachment and actually detach yourself from these situations. The first thing I would recommend is knowing you cannot control life. Always ask yourself when the scenario comes, can I control that? Can I physically change that? If not, then there's nothing you can do about it. Let it go. And letting go is a very hard process, but trust me, take a deep breath, take all the overthinking away, and let it be. It's hard, it needs a lot of practice. It took me loads of practices over the last 4 years to master it, but once you have, it's the most beautiful feeling ever. The next thing is knowing that every single person is entitled to their opinion. You might get extremely offended because somebody who you thought would understand you didn't understand you and took a completely different opinion to that same situation you thought was not right. That's okay. Have a smile on your face and say, okay. That's what people hate. People cannot tolerate you not getting the stimulus and giving a horrible response to their poke. When you just smile and say, okay, I understand they have different opinions, they will understand they can no longer have that control on you. And that's when you start becoming the truly master of your life. The next thing is, others' opinion is not your business. Just because somebody said a passing comment about your looks does not mean you're not good enough. That was their opinion. Maybe they're insecure about themselves. Wish they get better with their own selves. And let it go. If it's not a benefiting opinion that you can improve on this way, I truly genuinely feel this is what should be worked on so that your work, your something can be better, don't take it in your ears. Through one ear to another. Perfect. Next thing is set standards, not expectations. I know my quality of work is this, so I will try my best to do that. I will not expect somebody else to come in and help me to achieve the same level of work I think my standard is. When you learn that, you will let go of the fact that people always let you down on expectations. Even the closest people you call family. In fact, most of the time, family is the most of the people who let you down the most in life. But then, don't have expectations. Have standards. So when they behave with you below your standard, you will implement your healthy boundaries and not let them affect you anymore in your life. The next thing is let yourself be who you are. In today's world of social media, consumerism, people have forgotten who they are. Everybody's buying the trend that the social media influencer is selling. Everybody wants to dress the color of dress that the celebrity is wearing. Everybody wants to copy the friend because she's wearing a trendy piece. Everybody wants to look up to somebody. Have you looked up to yourself once? Why can't you be your own idol? You like wearing this brown bag that you bought 10 years ago? Wear it because you look amazing in that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, so please do not feel uncomfortable in being who you are, because people like making you feel uncomfortable with who you are so that they feel better than you. But if you don't let them get that chance, then you're the master of your own life, and that's when they feel that you can't be affected, can't be attached by their triggers and their ways of trying to make you feel small. The next thing is to learning to walk away. I think this is the toughest thing out of all the things I told you now to implement. It's very easy. Learn to walk away. Walk away. We have so many emotional things that are intertwined which makes us stop us from walking away. But take a deep breath and ask yourself, would you like the person you love the most to go through what you're going through with the people, situations and places? If not, then why are you letting yourself go through that? In most scenarios, people choose to stay in that horrible situation and with the horrible person who's been hurting them is because they think their hands and legs are tied. My darling, they are not. It might feel like you can't break those chains, but trust me, you can. You just need to have faith in yourself beyond everybody. Don't trust anybody, trust yourself. Because you are your best friend. You're the person you'll only see till the end of your life. The person you see in the mirror every single morning is you. So don't give up on you. Don't let those chains bring you down, because you're worth way more than that. A completely different life is waiting for you. The thing is to understand the solutions will be understood if you pay attention. If you constantly see a friend of yours who subtly makes you feel extremely vulnerable by backhanded compliments, and you always react to it by saying, oh, no, like, just say, okay. It seems like you don't prefer the things that I do. With a smile, say it. If they make jokes, then say backhanded jokes, You say, can you explain the joke, please? And they'll say, oh, you didn't understand the joke, it's not funny, Say, what's there not to explain a joke? Or say like, if it was too funny, then you wouldn't require explanation. If they always take things from you without even asking you, then say, hey, I don't think I would like you to take that thing. And they say, why? You never say, because it's my thing, it's my boundaries. Thank you. Be smile. Have a smile, but be assertive. Nobody should be taking attachment for granted. Nobody should be taking you for granted. The next thing is to not force situations to progress. If a friendship has fallen apart, don't go there begging and pleading to take you back. Maybe she never cared from the beginning. Maybe it was because times have changed. Let it go. Don't be forced to keep the thing going. Sometimes things go and that's for the best. I've had situations when people left and I thought my life was stopping. A year later, I look at it in a different perspective and I think, like, thank goodness they left. I was never going to be myself with them because I was so into being them, the version of what they liked of me. You know what I mean? And the last point is, do not pursue anyone. Put your point across. If they understand, they understand. If they don't, that's their thing. You did your job. Don't be hell-bent and feel guilt and feel the feeling you have to make them understand. Because you don't. You don't need to make anybody understand anything. If somebody is genuinely caring and understanding, they will understand. You don't have to pursue them, beg to them to be your friend or to be your partner or to accept you the way you are. They will anyways. The other thing to do is making room. Making room for yourself and your goals, your desires, and letting it breathe. Don't strive for everything then and there because your attachment makes you feel like you can't survive if the answer doesn't come now, if the text doesn't come now, if the result doesn't come now. Give it a room. Make a space, let it go. I'm not saying don't work hard or don't put in your effort or do everything, but don't expect it to happen then and there. And if it doesn't happen, still don't blame yourself. It's not you that is the problem, why they didn't choose you, why the job didn't come to you, why the situation didn't work out. It's life. Change is the biggest constant in life, so let it go. If it's meant to happen, it will happen if you've put in your hard work and you have been the person you are. And I always say, if somebody doesn't take you the way you are, it's their loss, not yours. It's because you're meant to be you. You were created to be you, not to be them. So why are you forcing yourself to be them? You're not them, you're you. I am Megha. I am not XYZ element of P. So why am I going to strive myself to be that? Because then I'm no longer Megha. Then who's going to be Megha if I'm not going to be Megha? Do you get what I'm saying, right? So let it go, make a room, and put in your hard work, put in your effort, and just let it go. The universe will take care of the situation for you. You don't have to worry at all. The last thing in mastering the art of detachment is mastering you. You are the person who will allow yourself to be detached or attached. So if you don't know yourself enough, you can never actually do that. In the first point, I've given you a proper breakdown of writing down things and the attachments you have towards it. Now you will sit down on it and you will say, what will happen if ultimately that doesn't remain anymore? The person is not there, the situation is not there. What's going to change in my life? I'm going to be lonely. One of the biggest answers is I'm going to be lonely. That was one of my biggest answers. Am I so scared of loneliness? Because we come into the world alone, as a single cell. We go from the world alone. We don't take a penny we earn in the life we live, not the house, not the clothes, not the worldly goods, not the materialistic things. We only leave our teachings to the world. Then why are we so scared of being lonely? Because the world has made us feel like loneliness is a sad thing. It's something we should not have. But that's not the truth. Loneliness will teach you your own self. Who are you? If today I ask people on the street, who are you? Their first answer is, oh, I'm this, I study here, I work here. I don't care where you work. I don't care which university you're in. Who are you except these things? Who is Megha without her degree, her education, her job? Megha is a person who likes learning new things. Megha likes the smell of fresh grass. She likes running with nature. She likes seeing flowers bloom. Her favorite color is black, navy, beige, white. She likes drawings. She likes painting portraits. She likes singing songs that don't make sense. She loves dogs and she loves cats. And she has a dream of making an orphanage for street dogs in India. That is beyond my education. You still don't know what Megha works as. You still don't know what Megha has done a degree in. But still you know so much about Megha. Right? You know so much about me that I share now. People don't even know these things about themselves. All their definition is, hi, I'm XYZ. I study at this XYZ university, or I work in this XYZ. This is my position XYZ. That's it. Or I live in this great house XYZ. This is my car XYZ. Who are you truly? Do you even know that? You don't. So learn yourself. Write down each of these things to yourself beyond your education, beyond your job title, beyond your place of living. Ask the most detailed question about yourself and write them down. And that's it. That's how you master the art of detachment and gain control of your life. If you did like this video, don't forget to leave a comment. I teach my teachings from the hard lessons I learned in life where I had nobody to rely on, living all alone. If you did like my video, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And see you in the next video. Bye.